What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at Golem deck. So this is another deck that can actually spread the damage around the board, Rock Slide for 1 fighting and 2 Color's energies, which can actually be used by the Welder. With 170 HP, it theoretically can be interesting card in the current format, but as long as we have Mew, it's not going to be super easy to spread the damage around the board. Plus, it's a stage 2 Pokemon. It requires Welder as well as a fighting energy, so it's not super easy to power it up. However, there is always a way that you can use Karate Belt, for example, with a Golem, and fighting energy if you travel behind your opponent, and then you can use Rock Slide as well. But that's another combination in addition to the Welder. So overall, the main strategy is just a Rock Slide and then Lance Crush if it's necessary for the one-hit knockout against something. So what I'm running in this deck list are 4 copies of Geodude with Defense Curl, 2 Crowlers, and 4 copies of Golems. Additionally, 1 Buzzwole with the Sledgehammer and 1 Diancie for extra damage with the Princess Cheers, 3 copies of Jirachi with the Stellar Wish, and 1 Mew for easier setup. So definitely the biggest challenge with this deck is to set the Pokemons out. For the item cards, I'm running 4 copies of Custom Catchers, 4 copies of Pokemon Communication, which is the only way to search our deck for the Pokemons, because Geodude is a 70 HP and it cannot be searched as well as Jirachi by the effect of Professor Zelm's lecture. 4 copies of Rare Candy, because it's a very necessary to keep that card in the build if you want to go from the Geodude to the Golem. 1 Reset Stamp as a tech, 2 John Hearts, 1 copy of Heat Factory, 2 copies of Fire Crystals for energy recycle, in this case only for fire energies, 4 copies of Cynthia's, 2 Ericas, 4 copies of Welders, and then 2 copies of a Skateboard, Karate Belt, fighting energies, and fire energies 8-4. Of course, Erica's Hospitality, in addition to another backup draw supporter, can be substituted by the Titan Liza, so you can also have switch option just in case if you start with, let's say, Geodude, Diancie, or Buzzwole, and you don't have 2 energies to pay retreat cost, so you can simply retreat onto the Jirachi with it and try to find another card that can actually help you out in this setup. So this is the deck list that I'm going to use in today's video, nothing super competitive. One of my subscribers asked me if I can build something with a Golem, and I decided to dedicate this video to him. So make sure to hit a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you already didn't, and see you in the game. Okay, cool, so I have 2 Geodudes available, and Communication. So I'm wondering if I can maybe trade another Geodude for 1 Jirachi, but I still need to find a way to switch the Geodude because I'm not running switch options except for the escape board, but then I also need to have energy attached. And what is also a problem here, definitely defense and curl fighting energy attack costs, so really can't do too much right here, right now. So there's a Cherish Ball for the Reshizard. Alright, so Mew and the Mewtwo GX with Perfection ability, they can basically copy and attack for any, basically for any, they can copy any attack in play as long as you have enough energies, and yeah, you just need to have enough energies. For example, if you want to use Outrage, you need to have 2 Color's energies, but if you want to use Flare Strike, you need to have 4 energies and 4 fire energies attached to the Mewtwo and Mew GX, or for example, you can even use Psychic Club in this case, or Cross Division GX and put 10 damage counters somewhere. So that was Ergo's Hospitality. He might just decide to go for this Psychic Club. This attack does 30 more damage for each of your benched Psychic Pokemon, but that's not enough for the knockout against Geodude. He's missing literally 1 more Pokemon. And actually 1 Psychic Pokemon. Not 1 any type Pokemon, it needs to be Psychic, and then he can just knock me out. Meanwhile, I'm hoping for some type of the draw support as a top deck, or maybe fighting energy for defense curl, but I guess... Alright, Cynthia is the best option here, literally. And additionally, I'm gonna use that John Hart for 2 fire energies, and then what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna trade that stadium into the Heat Factory so I can potentially draw even more cards and more resources. And there's a Graveler. But I also have Rare Candy available, which means that I can get also a Golem in play, set him in play as well. Plus, 1 energy can be attached to that Golem as well, and it is a fire energy card, which I should maybe rather preserve for the Heat Factory. So I can draw first cards with Erica and then with the Heat Factory, so I can have even more cards, 2 more fire energies attached, so probably he's gonna try to attack with the Flare Strike right now. One thing is for sure, not going to be super easy to beat my opponent deck, mainly because that Mewtwo can hit for so many damage counters that literally I have not too many chances and not too many options against it. So another Geodude top deck, let's see what we can find with Erica's Hospitality. Well, there is a Karate Belt. Alright, I guess I can use that into my favor, as well as this, as well as that. No fighting energy, of course. Story of my life. Why should I get fighting energy in play? Really, really good question. And right now I have one more chance to get it. Nope. Then I guess I have option to get Stellar Wish into another Karate Belt. So I can basically attack for 1 energy less, and what I'm gonna promote into the active position. Actually, I can even let my opponent knock my Jirachi. I'm not gonna need him, so he can have knock it against Jirachi, because with the Boswell I can hit with the Sledgehammer for 120 next turn. Actually for 140, and then Golem can do the Land Crush and finish the job. So that's the option. That's the one of the options. And that's probably what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna see a Heat Factory replacement with that John Hart. And I'm wondering if my opponent can find himself a double custom catcher play. He decided to throw out reset stamps. So 2 fire energies, alright. And Welder, probably on the Heatran. No, he really wants to put some energies in the Mewtwo, probably for that Burning Road. I can already see that coming. And another fire energy. Why? Maybe because he can use Cross Division GX and place 20 damage counters. So with the 20 damage counters, you can literally knock both Geodudes on the bench and still have space to, yeah. And then he can avoid Sledgehammer for 120. So actually that Cross Division GX attack is not that bad, but he rather decided not to use it right now, and that was maybe that was maybe his mistake. In my opinion it was. But also he had a Miraculous Duo GX, which is also really good. I'm just saying it is good. John Hart for John Hart. Well, quite obvious, right? Welder into 2. 2 for 2, another Geodude. Well, there is another Candy. Alright, there we go. Put that Jirachi on the bench. I'm not gonna attach energy for now. I'm just gonna Sledgehammer into 120. Plus 20 for the ants. It's 140 without energy attached. So there is a great potion. Alright, so he healed 50, that's a 90, and another great potion. Alright, so with the great potions, I guess I want to have too much options and too many chances to win the game, because the great potion card is a very broken card. It heals a lot of damage, there is a flare strike, of course I'm being knocked out for 460 damage. And I'm gonna put my golem into the active position. If I only knew I'm gonna draw this escape board. But how in the world I can know that? Alright, so we can rock slide for 60 and then place 20 onto everybody. Or just hit for 140. Since he have all the energy attached to this Pokemon, I'm rather gonna go with it. Plus I'm gonna use Fire Crystal for 3 Fire Energies, and then I can use also Welder into my favor at the next turn. So Lance Crush for 160, so this Mewtwo only have 70 HP more left. I still didn't take a single prize card. Next turn I can potentially draw 3 prize card and equal the game, of course. He did attack with the Flare Strike, so right now he have option only to use the GX attack, or maybe to copy that Heatran, Steaming Stomp, or maybe Hot Burn. So even with the Hot Burn GX, my opponent can actually knock out my Golem, because he has 6 Fire Energies, and that is like 300 damage for my Golem. Oh, there's a pair of custom catchers, and the Ansi. The Ansi's ass would be whipped out right now. Okay, I can still hit for the numbers, which is the most important thing, but then I'm... Oh, Reckless Deer GX. Alright, that was a very good option here. He used the GX attack, he healed us some damage, and right now there's literally not too many options for me available, at least to use a Stellar Wish to get the rare candy that I don't need. So with the 3 golems in play, I can throw the rare candy out and pretty much use another welder. Who would thought that I'm gonna have so many golems in play, but yeah, way too many golems, but still I can't do too much. We're gonna use Lance Crush once again, hitting for 140, which is enough for the knockout. I'm gonna need literally Reset Stamp. Reset Stamp is literally the card that can actually bring me back in the game, especially if my opponent missed chance to attach energies. So there is another Fire Energy for the Mewtwo on the bench. Yeah, Reset Stamp, finding the Reset Stamp is literally a winning condition here. Probably not the game win immediately, but it can be a turnover for sure. So there is another custom catcher. Do I have Reset Stamp? Yes, I have him. So if I get lucky, and of course I didn't get lucky there with the Reset Stamp, I guess I need to play that welder. I need that Reset Stamp, and I didn't get Reset Stamp, so that is just... that is so unfair. I can't even knock my opponent out, so the only thing that I can do is basically catch the Heatran in the active position and hit for 60, and then spread 20 to Mewtwo, to that another Mewtwo, and to the Deoxys. For now, maybe I can buy some time here, basically, but not gonna be winning position. So there is a switch. So yeah, I was literally short for that one card, and that one card was Reset Stamp, so I couldn't find it. So yeah, I managed to find a welder, and I also had Jirachi option available. So 2 good options available, but none of them actually helped me out to basically get what I was looking for. Alright, really interesting opening hand with 2 Drow supporter available. Additionally, there is a Mew. I could also start with the Mew in the active position, so I can pay 1 retreat cost in order to retreat onto my Jirachi. Well, I actually rather decided not to do it for now, so during your next turn, this Pokemon beat attack, base damage is 80. Alright, and there's a Inkay. So Alolan Marowak, the Psychic one, versus Golem. Who's gonna win? Let's find out. Alright, so that was nice top deck. Now let's see if we can find something good with the Erica's Hospitality. Looks like we can. So I'm not quite sure if I will flip heads on the coin flip, so I'm gonna prepare myself for that Jirachi turn, just in case if I miss that defense curl. Meanwhile, I'm also gonna grab 2 fire energies, so I have greater chance to pull what I'm gonna need at the next turn. Defense curl, it is a tails, which means that my opponent with Alolan Marowak can actually knock out my Geodude. And that is actually not something you really want to see. So, Spirit Smash. Discard a top card of your opponent's deck. If the card you discarded is a Pokemon, this attack does damage equal to the Pokemon HP to your opponent's active Pokemon. Or he can bond beat down for 60, but unfortunately not enough because I have 70 HP. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I didn't expect to see that to see, but the worst thing is that he can discard the card from my top deck, and if the card is a Pokemon and it has 70 or more HP, but in my scenario it will have 170 HP, and the worst thing is that he managed to discard my Golem, so that even makes things even worse. Literally even worse. So we're just gonna focus on the Cynthia play right now. Really, really, really bad. At least I can grab 1 Graveler and play. That's at least something. I should actually rather prepare myself a... Oh, Welder. Okay. I can't use him right now. I was thinking about that Boswell, because Boswell can at least respond for like 120 with a Sledgehammer. Yeah, Boswell was a good option here, but I just didn't use it, and I wake up with the Jirachi. Again, it's all up to the top deck card. If my opponent managed to find himself a Pokemon as a top deck, then he can knock me out. But even worse, he can even stand in with a Dark Flash, and for example, Spirit Smash. Okay, Karate Bell this turn. Alright, good. Somehow I managed to survive, so we're gonna go with a Welder play. 2 Fire Energies, the Ansi, a Skateboard, and another Jirachi. Additionally, Stellar Wish into the Welder number 2. Okay. That's it for now. So meanwhile, I can place 3 damage counters somewhere. So I'm thinking about targeting that Inkay, because potentially I can knock the Inkay out next turn if my opponent misses Melamar, and of course opportunity to knock the Mew out. So there is a spell tag. So yeah, technically that can be really, really good. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. Yeah, he managed to find the Melamar out, so yeah, that's just perfectly fine. Oh, just a rare candy. Alright, really unlucky scenario for my opponent. However, I'm gonna have another welder play right now. Just the Erica's Hospitality. And that fire energy can be substituted for 2 more fire energies. I don't have too many Pokemons remaining, that's the good thing. I just need another... Alright, never mind. 1, 2, 3. I just need another Golem in play and that's it. So there's a Kahili. Drop 2 cards and flip a heads. If you play the Kahili from your hand, put this card in your hand instead of discarding it in the discard pile. If you have no cards in deck, you can play this card outright. So he decided to go with a Bone Beatdown for 120 because of the weakness. And right now, literally the only card that I need is a Fighting Energy. I did get one. Heat Factory. Alright, we're gonna see another Golem in play. This is a very important moment. As well as I can find another custom catcher. That's a very good thing. So I can swing for 60. One of my opponent Inca is on the bench. And I can knock the Inca out, plus I can put 2 damage counters right here, and let it be right here. Alright, so not a double price card, but very close for the double price card. Communication, good, but there's no Pokemon available in my hand. I could even go almost for the Nidorina. Yeah, the problem for my opponent is that he can't swing for the one-hit knockout as long as he can't find the Golem as a top deck. Once he managed to discard a Golem, my Golem will be knocked out, and that's the big problem with that Spirit Smash. So hopefully he will miss that. I wish that he decide to go for that Dark Flash, but even if he goes with a Dark Flash, it's not smart because... Oh, Bone Beatdown, so he rather decided to go with it. What was the top deck? It was a custom catcher. Alright. It was a custom catcher. Okay, good. Good. That looks really good. That really looks good. I don't have energies, but for example, I can trade my Jirachi back into my deck for another Geodude, so I can set another Graveler in play. Actually, Golem. And that's gonna be Rock Slide. I can knock the Melamar out and spread more damage counters. And there we go, so the Melamar was knocked out, and there's the Reset Stamp. Alright, so Reset Stamp and the Fan Club. I have one more communication left, which means a lot to me. Because I can knock then the Necrozma out sooner or later, as long as I can find Lance Crash. But I'm gonna need, in addition to that, another Fighting Energy and Karate Belt. I'm very limited with the resources. I'm very scared about the resources, that's for sure. I'm wondering if I miss... Yeah, I was just throwing those energy cards out and I don't have right now energy, so I need Karate Belt and Fighting Energy for the Lance Crash. That's a super hard to get. And the problem is that I only have like literally one Pokemon available for attack, which is that Golem on the bench, once this Golem is knocked out. So Dark Flash into the knockout for 120, and literally right now I have only one attacker available to use him for the attack, and I need energy somehow. I need to find the energy somehow, so I'm gonna reset Stamp first. And then I'm gonna rare candy into my golem. And additionally, I'm gonna put my Basil on the bench, so I don't need to worry too much about being hit by some type of the damage. Stellar Wish into the custom catcher, and the problem right here right now is that energy attachment to this golem, but I simply need to go with it. So Rock Slide, 20, 20, and I need 3 prize cards, right? 3 prize cards, 20, actually 4. So next turn I need Lance Crush, but I don't have it. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible, really impossible. I don't have energies, and that Fire Crystal also being prized means the world to me, because I can't Lance Crush my opponent for the one-hit knockout. On the other side, he can't do that, so because of the resistance, I don't have numbers, and that really hurts. Plus, that Power Lariat Nidoqueen is ready to hit for a lot of damage, because you have a lot of evolution Pokemons available in play as well. And the only thing that I can desperately try to do here is maybe to play that Cynthia. And I was hoping for double custom catcher play. Rock Slide, not gonna happen, so 20, 20. It doesn't matter. It is a GG anyways. So I was short literally for 20 damage here for the knockout, 20 here for the knockout. And if there's a Mew with the Psy Power, I could potentially swing for the triple prize card reward. Where I could just knock the Downwing out and Marowak out as well. And then still 3 prize cards, and theoretically powered up another Golem for the knockout against something with a custom catcher, but it won't happen. And there's the Nidoqueen that can hit right now for a tons of damage counters, 50 more for each evolution Pokemon on your bench. And he have like 3 of them, so that's 150. Actually, it's just 150. It is just 150 because Necrozmas are actually basic Pokemon, so I didn't even pay attention to that. Okay, 160, 10 plus. It's the same, pretty much. Yeah, and that's literally it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna throw the rare candy out. I know what is the last card. I'm gonna play Communication. And then I'm gonna play Cynthia, so I can basically beat myself. 2 custom catchers onto Necrozma. Can I Stellar Wish? Of course I can, but I don't have cards available, and I'm just gonna pass my turn. So that's gonna be it. Well, again, this game was much closer than the game versus Reshizard and the Mewtwo. But yeah, that Fire Crystal actually... I needed so badly that Fire Crystal, and also that last fighting energy that's been prized, so I can simply attack with another Golem for another Rock Slide and for the win. But since that didn't happen, right now my opponent can just punish me with a Nidoqueen. He can swing for 160, minus 20 because of the resistance, so 140 in total. And then he can simply take the knockout and win the game. So unfortunately, Golem not that strong, because it lacks some type of the setup card. You can always run some sort of let's say, Pokemon Fan Club and stuff like that, but I don't really recommend it. So, 2 Cubans and 3 Marowaks, and 2/2/2 line of the Nidoqueen, 3/3 Malamar, and 2 Necrozmas with 4 switches. 3 communications, 4 Mr. Treasures, Energy Spinners, Stadium. I don't know why Cahill, but okay. I guess you can always have a backup draw supporter that allows you to play, you know, supporter card for 2 cards. Anyways, that was it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a nice day, and goodbye.